Hello guys, this is the Math Master, and as you know, we're gonna continue the previous video indices. And today our main topic is the law of indices. There are several laws of indices, but once you get the general idea, you're gonna get through it easily. So let's start. Law number 1. A power m into a power n equals what? This is very simple because you know that the variable in both the sides is same but their powers are different, but it doesn't matter because variables are same. So what you can write is a m plus n. Why is that? Because it's a general rule that whenever two variables are being multiplied, their powers will be added. Simple as that. For example, 9 power 2 into 9 power 6 can also be written as 9 power 2 plus 6. So we just exchanged some variables over here and the rest is same. So it would be a m plus n. So moving forward, this was the law 1 of indices. What is law 2? It is the reverse of law 1. Simple as that. A power m divided by a power n is what? Multiplication's reverse is division, and when the power were being added in multiplication, so what do you think will be done with the powers when they are being subtracted, when they are being divided? Simple, subtraction. So you know a power m minus n is your answer. Similarly, if 9 power 6 were to be divided by 9 power 2, it would give you 9 power 6 minus 2. Pretty easy. So this is law 2. It's very easy, I'm telling you. You don't have to memorize it. Once you get general idea, you're gonna solve through it. M minus n. So this was the law 2. Law number 3. A power m bracket whole power n equals what? There's a simple answer. When two powers are being in the bracket and being multiplied, so you write them together just like this, mn. And what you can't see over here is that there is a missing sign, which is a multiplication sign in between them. It is basically like this: a power m into n. Simple as that. But there isn't, so we write in the short form, which is allowed, m to the power a to the power m in mn. Simple as that. It was law 3. What's law 4? A power n into b power n. Now this might confuse you, but trust me, it's not. Why? Because you can see the variables are different but the powers are same. What can you do when the powers are same? It's very easy. There are many solutions to this, but you should take one in the mind, one in your mind, and focus on it so that your concentration is not lost and you don't get confused. So I'm gonna tell you all of the possible answers of this question right here or whatever, and you can choose any of them which you think are suitable for you. First one is a into b whole power n. This bracket means that this power is being multiplied both by a and by b. So when you put it in bracket, it's simply a into b whole power n. It can also be written like this. Another thing, it can be also be written like a b to the power n. You don't have to necessarily include the multiplication sign, because I told you over here that you don't have to. So you can write like this, or maybe a power n b power n, again not including the multiplication sign, but the powers are on the variables on each differently. So these are the possibilities that you can. These are 3 of them. I rely on this one and of course this one as well, because it's easy for you to do the other stuff as well. Brackets prove a very good point in learning. So we can write the general equation an into b power n equals a b whole n. These are fourth law. And moving on to the fifth one, I don't think there's enough space, so I'm gonna erase. I hope you take a screenshot or something, or maybe you've memorized them, so please, let's just law 5, which is a power n divided by b power n. Now this is again the same like law 4, because why? Because over there was multiplication and over here is division. So you just this was m, so you just minus the powers. You can write like, it's very simple, because you write there are more possibilities. I can write over here a over b. See, divide also means upon. A fraction or a whole number being divided, it's just the same. Alright, so once you've done this, this was n. Why am I doing wrong? Oh my god. A power n divided by b power n, a over b whole power n. Alright, and there's a possibility that if b does not equal 0, because if b is 0, then the whole thing would be cancelled out and nothing would be left. So moving on, you can also write it like a power n divided by b power n, which is also correct, separately or as you wish. I'm gonna go with this one, a over b to the whole power n. It is very simple, because when the powers are same and the variables are different, so you just divide them and just take the power as a common. And you might be asking why there's no n square, because there's 1 time and 2 times n. Why is there only 1 time n over here? So the reason is that in this a power and b power both have n's, so we just take it 1 time because they're common. They're the common, so we just take them once. It's a rule, general rule in mathematics, memorize it. Alright, so we move on. These are the 5 laws, 5 basic law of indices, which are very easy. You can comprehend and practice as much as you can, which can give you a lot of benefits. So today is just that, and there are additional laws as well, which we're going to do right now, starting with the 0 index law. It might sound very some kind of rocket science, 0 index law, but it isn't. Simply, if a to the power 0 or b to the power 0 or 100,000 to the power 0 or 999 to the power 0, any number in the universe with the power 0 equals 1. Isn't it easy? 0 index law. If the power of any number is 0, the answer would be 1. Now you don't have the question wouldn't come like why. It would simply come like, what is 6 power 0 equals what? You just write 1 and 1 mark gain. It's very simple. So 0 index law states that any number with the power 0 equals 1. Alright, let's talk about a negative index law, which is also quite easy, but you have to pay a little bit of concentration. Let me just write it. Negative index law. Alright, a to the power minus n equals what? We might be wondering, a to the power minus n is a to the power minus n, but the question might come a little bit differently, and you might want to apply this law over there. You can write it a to the power minus n equals 1 upon a to the power n. Now simply what we have done over here is, if a power of a number is negative, you can divide that number by 1 by doing a negative reciprocal, which is known as a negative index law. Once a number is shifted to the denominator as divided by 1 or 1 divided by a to the power minus n, it would give you this. The power would become positive if it's negative, and negative is if it's positive. Simply, if it would be like 1 divided by a to the power n, it will become 1 to the a power minus n. It's simple as that. So this was the negative index law. When a number is divided by 1, its power changes its sign, negative to positive or positive to negative. Alright, so let me just write here. I don't think there's much space. Yeah, the 2 laws are left. You have done the most of them, which you will include in the practice in the next video, and you have done most of it. So let's move to the rational index law. This law states that a to the power 1 upon n equals root to the power a n. Why is this so, you may ask? We just did this negative index law. So what is this? This is a little bit confusing. I, when first learned about it, also found it a little bit confusing, but don't worry, it's very simple. Let me explain. When a number is being in a root, and for example, if there's 2 over here, or any number which we are considering as n, so if we want to write it in a whole number form, we want to remove this root. If you want to remove this root, this is being a barrier in your answer, so just write it as a to the power 1 over n. It's very simple. Just make the root to the outer thing would become as a denominator, would be divided by 1, and would be as a power, not being multiplied, as a power. Simple as that. Or if it's written a to the power 1 upon n, and if you want to convert it into the root form, you can write n and a. These are same. Equal sign means the same. Equals means this is balanced, this is balanced, this is balanced, this is balanced. This is the rational index law, which includes a 1 upon n equals root a n. There are other forms of this as well, rational index law, which I can explain right now, like a to the power m over n. You want to write it in a root form. What can you do? I just told you about this. Simple. The denominator always goes outside. Remember, the denominator is outside and the number remains to the power a power m. Simple as that. A power m, if it's divided by n, which will give you a power m upon n, same thing. So we just replaced this one with an m over here. It's just that, nothing. It's just that. Similarly, you can also write it like root a n and whole power m, because if it's only a, and it's only on the whole root as well, because a to the power m, this root, it's all on this m. This depends on m, because this a to the power m, this m will change the value of a, so we can write it as root n a whole bracket m, which is the same thing as well. So guys, this is it for the video for today, and from tomorrow I'll be giving you practice questions and I'm going to solving you with you guys. Make sure to subscribe and like, and from tomorrow's video 3, make sure to attempt those questions to get a better understanding of your indices.